Okay, guys, Arrow is back, and now we can finally see who's in that grave, right? Hey, everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Arrow Season 4, Episode 10, Blood Debts. And yes, a debt is going to be made in this episode with who, what, why, and all that. What's the reason behind it? Let's get into this episode and let me tell you what I thought about it. First of all, this episode begins where in the first episode of this season, it ended. The first episode of this season ended with us at a graveyard where Barry and Oliver are standing on somebody's grave. And the number one person that everyone thought it was going to be was Felicity. But then we're getting these hints that maybe Felicity isn't in that grave. Maybe it's somebody else, because Oliver seemed pretty devastated about it. And with Barry there, it had to be somebody that Barry knew, right? Someone that Barry might have been close to as well. So who could it be? Because I'm going to ruin it right now. So if you haven't seen the episode, get out of here and then come back and watch this later. We find out at the very end of this episode that Felicity is actually at the funeral too. So whoever is in that grave, Felicity is pissed about it. And she seems even more pissed about it than Oliver is. Like, she's telling Oliver, we're going after this son of a bitch and we're going to kill him. And so it seems pretty intense. So now that raises the questions even more. Who the hell is in that grave? I was thinking during the episode, maybe it's Thea in that grave. But then I thought, Thea wouldn't have that kind of an impact on Felicity, would she? Like, I expect something like that from Oliver, not from Felicity. So who could it be? And Diggle is a possibility. Lance is a possibility. Now that she doesn't know that her mom was with Lance, so maybe not. But I still have Lance as a suspect as well. Maybe their relationship together will grow. Who knows? And Mama Smoke, maybe? Will Mama Smoke be the one in the grave? I don't think so, because I don't feel like she's a character that the audience will cry over, if she dies. I think she's a cool character, but I don't think she'll have that weight we should all have when a major character dies. So, I don't know. I'm also trying to figure out why Barry would be there. And for me, the only reason Barry would be there is if he knew the person too. So this is going to, at least this crosses a couple of characters off the list. This crosses Felicity and obviously Oliver. So the rest of the characters are still up for grab. Maybe it will be someone we don't even know. I don't know. But I want to find out right away. So to find Damien Darhk after what happened in the last episode, Oliver is trying everything in his power to find Damien. And Diggle tries to do it his own way by beating it out of his brother. And so, yeah, Diggle was beating the crap out of his brother. They don't really show us it too much. But eventually, Diggle's brother decides to help out and gives Diggle some information on how to find Damien. So that was good. I liked that aspect, although I feel it's a little bit too late in the game. I felt like I still don't understand 100% why Diggle's brother has been acting this way all this time. I don't even understand the whole idea of, like, why did he fake his death again? It's a little confusing for me, but I thought it was fine, and I like that they got to play cards together at the end. So I'm liking that at least they're reconciling together, like brothers should. I have two brothers myself. I don't think family should fight, so it's good that family is starting to get along in this show. I did find it funny in the episode when Thea and Laurel walked in on Mama Smoke and Lance. At first, I'm not a sick person. I'm not a pervert or anything. But at first, I'm not going to lie, I thought Mama Smoke was giving Lance a blowjob. Just wanted to point that out there. Thought it was funny. I mean, could you imagine the reaction if that turned out to be the case? It would be like Thea and, oh no, Laura would be like, Dad, oh my God! It would be funny. It would be funny. We also find out in this episode that Felicity is actually crippled. Like, we don't know what's wrong with her at first. We don't know if she's dead or what's going on. She's rushed into the hospital room, and then later in the episode, like about halfway, Oliver gets called to the hospital, and he's told that she's crippled from the spine down, and there's no way to fix her. And a lot of people were thinking that this was this is their way to making her even more Oracle than she already is, and they're gonna call her Oracle. And we're going to have to see on that. I don't know. The producers have said that they're not going to call her Oracle. And I'm pretty sure they know some fans are annoyed with the Batman references. Me personally, I'm not annoyed with it. I don't mind it. Arrow is its own show. And if they want to borrow a little bit from Batman, go for it, I say. Have fun with it. Because there are similarities to Batman and Green Arrow. So for me personally, I don't mind when the writers do stuff like that. But I get what fans are saying though when they get too much, and maybe using Oracle as Felicity's code name would be a little bit too much. I also have a feeling that Felicity and Oliver won't be in a relationship by the end of the season. Judging how Felicity's attitude was there at the end with Oliver, I have a feeling they're going to be breaking up towards the end. We're going to have to wait and see on that, but that's my prediction right now. Obviously, Anarchy is back, and he goes after Dark's family at the end after Oliver lets him go. And what happens? Oliver saves Dark's family, and while that happens, Dark makes a debt with, hence the title. He makes a debt with Green Arrow and says, okay, you know what? You saved my family. I'm going to give you 3 weeks. Now, this is where the interesting part comes in. So we saw that Dark had a family last week. Now we find out in this episode, Dark's wife is in on his whole plan and organization. I thought his family wouldn't even be aware of his whole situation, but it looks like his wife is very much aware. And she even wanted him to kill the Green Arrow. So, holy crap, I don't know what the heck is going on with his family. Does the daughter even know, or are they keeping the daughter out of it? It's like, you're too young to understand, honey, so we're going to keep the secrets out of your life. And then once you're older, you'll take over the family business, and we'll let you know everything. So, I don't know, is she an important character? What's her real name now? Does Damien Dark have a wife in the comics? I don't know too much about the character of Damien Dark, so if anybody out there knows, let me know in the comment section. Teach me what the difference is between this character in the comics and the television show. So, one last thing I should also mention is the flashbacks. The flashbacks so far I'm liking them more than last season 3. Where he was in China doing God knows what. In this season, it still seems like the flashbacks are sort of going nowhere. I don't know. I feel like they're kind of stalling, but I find them a little bit more interesting than last season. That's not really saying much, though, because they're still not going anywhere. But that scene where Oliver's being whipped seemed pretty intense, and for the CW anyways. Although when they showed his back later, I was thinking to myself, it doesn't look that bad. But it looks like the woman there that saved him, she kind of hinted at something there at the end. It's starting to escape me. I should have wrote it down in my notes, but she was kind of hinting that she knew someone, I think it was. I can't go into that right now because now I'm forgetting it and I don't want to screw up on anything in my review. So I'm going to leave it at this, guys. I'm going to say this was a good episode. It was a nice return. Nothing great, nothing major, but it was a satisfying episode. Gave us more to ponder about who's going to be ending up in that grave at the end. I'm giving this episode an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I just thought it could have been a lot better. Flash was kind of the same too. It was a good episode, but not as good as I was hoping it would be for a return. But that's fine. They're giving us a lot to look forward to down the road. So I'm definitely looking forward to finding out who is in that grave, because whoever it is, it's going to be really emotional. It looks like at the end, and going to cause a lot of rifts maybe. So I'm going to end it here, guys. What did you think about the episode? Let me know. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video because I love Arrow, and if you like it too, you should like this video. And until next time, take care.